The employment standard is part of the Integrated Accessibility Standards Regulation of the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act 2005. This standard helps employers make their employment practices and workplaces more accessible to potential and existing employees with disabilities. This video deals with one of the requirements of the employment standard. In this exciting episode, Harold Jeepers in Facilitating Return to Work. This is Harold. He is a manager at Jiffy Brothers Industries. Harold is thinking about how nice it will be to have Janice back after a long period of absence due to a disability. Her co-workers have been telling him they miss her eye for detail when it comes to accounting. This is Sonia. She is Jiffy Brothers' go-to HR person and a certified human resources professional. She asks him about the book, and Harold says this collector's edition of Snow White is a gift for his niece. Sonia tells Harold that Janice has just arrived and they are taking her out to lunch. Harold wishes them well. Sonia suddenly appears in Harold's office wearing a strange hat. She is urging Harold to follow her. He notices that he's wearing a weird costume. He rushes out after Sonia. Harold notices a crowd and goes to investigate. He kneels down next to the employee lying on the ground and asks, "What happened?" Barry says that Janice in accounting ate a poisoned apple given to her at home by the morally challenged queen. Harold notices that they are all wearing floppy hats and asks, "Say, aren't you the, Sonia responds by saying, "HR does not do casting. We fill job postings." Harold wonders how long Janice will be away. Sonia opens the HR guide to fairy tale regulations and announces 100 years. Sonia also notes that they should be prepared for when Janice is ready to return. As HR professionals, they will have a documented process and procedures for employees who have been absent from work due to a disability and require disability-related accommodations in order to return to work. This process will outline the steps the employer will take to help employees return to work, including use of accommodation plans. Harold has an idea. After following proper hygiene procedures, Prince Harold lifts Janice up and gives her the Heimlich maneuver. The piece of apple flies through the air into the appropriate receptacle. Janice wakes up from her deep sleep and everyone cheers. Janice will return to work in 10 days, not 100 years. Harold will need to develop an individual accommodation plan for Janice, who now has a tendency to fall asleep when she sees an apple. Sonia is back from lunch with Janice, who has a meeting with Harold right now. Harold welcomes Janice into his office. He looks down at his eaten lunch and notices that a bite has been taken out of his apple. Curious. You have been watching Facilitating Return to Work. The story you have just seen is real, but the names have been changed because they didn't like their old names.